This is the sculpture Princess Louise, found in the Hall of Bronzes at the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts. So in this little section, it's really a transitionary section that you find at the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts. It basically leads to two other pavilions of the museum, and it's not a huge fanfare section of the museum. You really only find yeah, but there's about maybe 12, uh, 10, 12 sculptures in this museum. Sorry, this part of the museum, and that's about it. And sometimes they'll use this section to have balls and parties and things like that. But overall, it's really just a part of the museum that leads you from one point to another. So there's really usually not a lot of people there. People aren't really paying attention, which it's a good and bad thing. I mean, obviously, when you see that there's people like myself that notice, hey, there's something here, there's something there. So it feels like sometimes people miss out on seeing some of the works, but it's a good thing as a photographer like myself because I have time to take photos of this without 5, 10, 20 people always being around, right? So there's good things and bad things. And you'll notice that the sculptures in this sections are all bronzes, and they all tend to be very gloomy because they're all representing a difficult part of history around the world overall, because for a very long time, and even to this day still, there's a lot of people that have to work the lands to get food, right? So you'll have a cow, a plow and everything. You'll have a farm in order to live your life, right? You'll see an animal like this that's working the fields, or if they're not, because they're too old or too sick, they're being used for their meat. If it's a female cow or another animal similar like that, they're being used for their milk, their eggs, etc., right? So you have to be able to be willing to slaughter animals, to cultivate the land, cultivate the food from them, etc. This is not a situation to be squeamish, right? If, ooh, dirty, grossy, oh my god, animal blood, oh my god. If you're that kind of person, you're not going to do very well grown up on a farm, right? So obviously, you're very dependent on the weather, on the animals that you have. If you're able to do trading, what kind of animals do the neighbors have, etc. So obviously you're trying to make sure that you have everything that you need. And in a country like Canada, where it's winter half the year, you have to prepare enough food to last you for several months while you're not able to grow anything because it's just too cold. Most fruits and vegetables don't last during the winter. Now, obviously, we've learned over the years to be able to continue harvesting things like apples, but even then, it's very tricky and very difficult. The land, the weather, the apples themselves can be very tricky. So, you're very dependent on little things that you may not even realize, right? The idea of viruses, microbes are relatively recent, right? And it's only the past 100 years that we've accepted overall. Obviously, there's always going to be individuals that don't accept things, no matter what it is, right? There's always going to be that percentage. But overall, we realize that, yeah, there's lots of things that can make a plant sick, an animal sick. And some of those things, you're not going to see them, you're not going to hear them, you're not going to taste it, nothing, right? They're invisible, but we accept it. Anyways, I hope that you guys are enjoying my content and that you enjoyed this video. And if you guys have any suggestions, comments, leave me a comment, give me a good thumbs up, and I hope to see you guys in my next video.